This week, the city of New Orleans received more than $4 million in federal aid to help speed up the Lincoln Beach redevelopment process. That funding was secured by Congressman Troy Carter. And Congressman Carter is joining us this morning to talk about how he sees that money being allocated to bring safer access to Lincoln Beach and restore it back to its former glory. So first off, thanks so much for joining us. And can you tell us more about the money and the bridge?
Yeah, we know that Lincoln Beach has been shuttered for some time, but we also know that it is a major treasure right in the middle of eastern New Orleans. I learned this very early on. Many years ago, we worked with trying to restore Lincoln Beach. It faltered. But over the last several years, three individuals, Reggie, Bliss, and Sage, three individuals that went out to volunteer and bring attention to this, gave me the energy and idea to go and fight for funds. So we were able to secure $4.1 million to help build a pedestrian bridge that will take us over Hayne Boulevard, over the flood wall, over the train tracks, to restore a once beautiful beach right in the middle of eastern New Orleans. It's a huge plus for this great community.
You've been a longtime proponent of this project and revitalizing the beach. We know this is a part of the bigger amount of money that was allocated by the mayor. And just wondering, when it comes to this bridge, it's still, I think, about 3 years out is what everyone is sort of looking at for the time frame for getting this bridge done. But there are hopes to open the beach sooner. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think the effort is to, right now, the beach is not safe, so we really ask people not to go. There's a lot of infrastructure needs that still need to be completed, drainage and infrastructure. But now that we started with incremental appropriations to the tune of nearly $24 million, and now this is another $4.1 million, which gets us to the point of being able to really get into a deep design phase of bringing the beach back to its once glory and even better. So the time frame is kind of sketchy because there are infrastructure needs and there are plans, but we hope to see movement early next year in 25. So it'll be in phases. And one of the biggest parts of it was the last piece of this puzzle, a significantly last piece of the puzzle, was to have an access bridge that will allow people to safely traverse Hayne Boulevard and the other obstacles. Right now, there's really no way to access it, and this was a major obstacle. So I really am happy to have been able to find the $4.1 million in the federal appropriations bill in our community projects that makes this a reality. So for all those people in eastern New Orleans who've invested in their homes and their businesses, we now have a huge catalyst and a huge opportunity to make this a reality, to add to the other good things that are going on in eastern New Orleans, to enhance the quality of life, to bring more businesses, more restaurants, more homeowners, and more safety. It's one of those things that we would consider a proverbial win-win for all concerned.
Absolutely. And also just revitalize and encapsulate a part of history that's so important to our community and so many people. You know, while we have you, Congressman Carter, I also want to ask your thoughts on a couple of other things that are pretty important right now, some big talkers, one of them being the regular session, obviously underway at the Capitol. Legislators looking into redistricting the state Supreme Court districts. Just wondering which of the maps that you would like to see come to fruition.
I'd like to see a map that would give, much like we did with congressional maps, a map that will give fairness to the true maps that we see. We know that reapportionment takes in the ebbs and flows of population shift. Population shifts that African Americans represent 1/3 of this state. And we should have more opportunity for African Americans to have a legitimate opportunity. There's no guarantee. It doesn't make that it has to be a seat that an African American must hold, but it gives an opportunity to. So I'd like to see a map that demonstrates and recognizes the population of African Americans and gives them an opportunity to have yet another member of the Supreme Court, much like we did with the congressional map.
Okay, we appreciate your time so much. Thank you for joining us and also for working so hard on this project.
Thank you very much. Thanks for bringing attention to something that is yet a real diamond in the rough for our region, for New Orleans, and more specifically for the people of Eastern New Orleans who have been tireless workers to uplift and rebuild their neighborhoods.
All right, thank you. There are no official designs, as we did mention, on renderings for the project, and the bridge construction is at least 3 years away. Officials still pushing to reopen the beach sometime next year with the completed tunnel as the main entry point for now. We'll keep you updated on this.